welcome to a new segment I will be adding to my weekly readings for the foreseeable future. I am making some changes to how I do this as a result of some pretty intense level ups and breakthroughs. More on that later. That being said, I will no longer be doing astrology segments on my weekly reads. Tarot only. Monthly astrology on Patreon will now be tarot monthly readings. I understand this might seem like a curveball to some, but please understand with these latest shifts that have been happening, they've been profound, and I will go where my higher levels take me. However, I would like to make a point of saying here and now, me choosing to move from public astrology horoscopes is not driven by opinion. In fact, I will still be offering astrology for personal readings, just not horoscopes. Thank you again for so much of your ongoing support, and now let's get on to your video. Hello and welcome everybody, NICO Scarlet Moon here with your Pathwatcher report. Coming in to stay, we have a wave personified by the Empress and the Sun, a frequency vibrating the return of the pure self and a reclamation of the true journey. Not just this week, but henceforth there is an increasing feeling of release, a true return of innocence. Because of the breaking apart of distorted contrivances in the collective experience, this deep purification of the spiritual and emotional fields may feel unsettling for some during this period, but only at first. This is the elimination of constructs dependent on artifice, scripts, and illusion. This is both euphoric and disorienting in the beginning. However, depending on an individual's level of consciousness and what they carry in their energy fields, acclimation times may vary person to person. Consider the Sunday Unity meditations I have been sharing of late for a chance to lean in to these frequencies and adjust. I'll include links in the down bar below. Cyclical experiences are being rerouted to more natural and forward trajectories. Conscious creation and co-creation through intent and focus are getting a tremendous amplification. Many of us felt this new wave kick into high gear mid-last week, February 25th to 27th. Feel the freedom from imposed experience. Allow yourself time to connect and take on this new level. Feel the return of that early life childhood connection to truth. On a personal note, since about the 18th of February, I've been having recurring dreams and flashes of a friend I have not seen nor spoken to since we were 7. If you're watching this, feel free to contact me through the Scarlet Moon Facebook page or my Instagram at ScarletMoonNico. Hello there, all you Libra identified folks, whether it's Libra Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is your weekly tarot horoscope for the week starting March 2nd, 2020. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com, or you can always open the down bar below and follow the links there. Now, I do want to also remind everybody, even though I am stepping away from general astrology horoscopes, I will still be offering them as one-on-one consultation options as well. Okay, so for those of you who want to do that on the one-on-one, absolutely that is going to be available to you. But there is a reason I'm stepping away from this and going in a different direction, and I will explain that in an update video to come shortly. So, what is going on when it comes to the upcoming week? Well, we've already talked about the incoming wave that's not just affecting you, and certainly not just here for 1 week, but it's kind of coming in and affecting everybody, in different ways, but it's here to stay, and here to be a wave in the shift, so to speak. But for you personally this week, your archetypal themes revolve around temperance. And we talk about temperance upright. We talk about a need to be focusing on refinement, but it's not necessarily that you have to go out and do that right now. You're going to be noticing this background energy going on in all areas of your life and all of your engagements. You see, the temperance card is about, yes, the combination of maybe desperate elements or volatile elements into something more refined. But what I'm actually seeing with the temperance card is a lot of you deciding that this is a week where you're going to allow the filtration and distillation process to happen, regardless of your personal feelings. This can be happening in friendships, this could be happening in work, this could be happening as it relates to anything that you've got going on with your own personal craft and creations. Because when I'm looking at this card, I keep getting this sort of hit in my mind where it's like not just the fact that she's blending this energy within the two jugs together, but she's actually got filters in them. I'm being told that she's got filters in them. So she actually still is doing the process of combining and blending, reordering her universe, reordering her social life, reordering her family life, reordering her health. But what's happening here is that there's also a filtration of perhaps the crude and unrefined. That which is not coherent, that which is not crystal, that which is not actually in a space where it is ready to take a step into a higher level of being, is not going to be a part of her new combination or her new experience. And so you're going to be noticing this going on in the background with a lot of what is happening with your engagements. This might be something for you that is very easy to go through, but do not be suddenly surprised if people in your life might not understand what is going on. Because sometimes people get attached to certain things and certain narratives and certain outcomes. They may be aware of what might not necessarily be functional or what might not be very refined, or they may be in a circumstance where they are really actually attached, or maybe find something endearing, or maybe artificially empowering about having something perhaps, let's just say, distorted in their field or in their experience. And so over the course of this week, a lot of you are going to be noticing some huge improvements, but a lot of movement going on as you are noticing that people are starting to blend better with you in a lot of areas and yet not blend at all in others. So again, there's that distillation mixed in with the blend and filtration. And this is applying to even things that don't have to do with relationships. Certain things are getting more power, support, fortification, and abundant energy than others. And take that as a clue as to why that is happening. One is refined, ready to go on towards a better substantiation. One might not be very coherent or refined, and it can't actually receive this energy right now. It's not in alignment with it. As we go on to news and arrivals, we actually have the Page of Swords in reverse. And there may be some situations coming up this week where you are having to kind of correct some misunderstandings of what you're all about. And I feel like this could be definitely a part of the Temperance card energy. Sometimes we find ourselves in a circumstance where we are being mischaracterized. Perhaps there are situations where people are assuming truths about us due to maybe either parasocial fantasy or delusions, or quite possibly just simply due to the fact that they see a resonance in something that is not indicative of a resonance. Because when I'm looking at the Page of Swords reversed, the Page of Swords reversed always talks about misinformation, but I'm not seeing rumors, I'm not seeing slander or gossip or an attack, but actually I am seeing more of a sense of both attraction for some and maybe even betrayal for others, because people are starting to see who you really are, and it is a betrayal of who they've pretended you are. But again, this is just a part of your filtration process. As that gets filtered out, and they realize they had a choice all along to know who you really are, they're going to realize it was their choice to know or not to know. And I've even said that with people. Some people are, they kind of think like, you're going through weird changes. And I'm like, if you look at any of my videos that are more than just astrology and horoscopes and tarot, you'll see that this is actually very congruent with my character. You not watching any of my, deeper topics is your choice. And you had the choice to go and find it and look it up yourself. Maybe you'll have your own version of that going on this week, Libra. When it comes down to your material and business world, you have the Six of Swords. This is the door shutting. You have the Six of Swords upright. And with the Six of Swords, when it comes to your material wealth, I am actually seeing something leaving your life, something walking away. And it is quite possibly something that is leaving you with a lot more power, because I don't see you in the boat. I'm actually seeing, the imagery that's coming to me is that you are on the dock watching the boat go away. and you are seeing something set sail, but you're actually quite pleased to see it leave your life. Maybe you're happy for them. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. This could be something that was seen as a bit of a burden, something that we didn't want anymore, possibly even something that is opening up opportunities for us to generate more abundant liquidity in our life, maybe even something that allows for an opportunity for advancement. Because as this boat moves on to bigger and better things, so too does the environment around you shift. Now, this could also indicate a move for you if you are waiting for an opportunity or an opening to make your departure to fill such an opening. And that is also going to be a big focus of this week as well. A lot of that shuffle, very much like we just talked about. As we move on to love and relationships, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. And the Eight of Swords in reverse is indicating here that a lot of you Librans out there are going to be actually in a space where it looks like you are helping somebody start a completely new life. They're starting completely fresh. Whether you are coupled or whether you are maybe available and this is somebody new, the Eight of Swords in reverse is indicating that somebody is actually celebrating maybe the extrication of a part of themselves that they have not been able to actually live or express, whether it's something that they felt they had to mash down and repress themselves, or it's something that maybe they were having imposed upon them as an external pressure. But what I see with the Eight of Swords reverse is that this actually brings a great deal of freedom to this relationship to move where it will more organically. In fact, this could also be the release and relief from perhaps a ball and chain that has been holding your love life down, holding your opportunity for romantic connections down. A lot of Libra people are going to be finding themselves actually quite pleased as this goes away, because with the Eight of Swords reversed, it's a letting go of something that has in some way almost messed with the vibration or the frequency of our love sphere, so to speak, that made it incompatible with what we were trying to attract. Now that the ball and chain is gone, now that the burden is gone, or the repression is gone in the case of the partner or another, we align. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you may follow the links below.